Hey guys, I'm going to show you first of all how to multiply polynomials. This isn't going to be too hard for you because you already have an idea of the distributive property, and that's all it is. The only new thing is when you multiply variables, you add the exponents. So if we have 4x times 3x plus 2, you're going to do the distributive property. But you got to remember right here, those are understood ones on those x's. So when you multiply the x's, you have to add the exponents. 4x times 3x is 12x squared. Then 4x times 2, but you didn't need that. 4x times 2 is 8x. Now, normally you would combine any like terms that you have, but these aren't like terms, so this right here is your answer. You can, let's do another one. Okay, so we've got this negative 4x that's going to be distributed through the trinomial that's inside the parentheses here. Don't forget that these, if there's not an exponent written, that it's an understood one. So negative 4x times 3x squared is negative 12x cubed because you add the exponents. Then negative 4x times negative 2x is positive 8x squared. Negative times negative is positive. Negative 4x times 3y is negative 12xy. When you multiply two different variables, you just write them next to each other in alphabetical order. Something that is new is if you multiply a binomial, which is a two-term polynomial, by another binomial. Okay, so what you're going to do here is, this means that everything in this parentheses gets multiplied by everything in this parentheses. So, let's do that. First I'm going to multiply the x's. X times x is x squared, because remember you add the exponents. X times negative 4 is negative 4x. 2 times x is positive 2x. And 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. Now you should be able to see that right in here we've got some like terms that we can combine. So our answer is x squared minus 2x minus 8. Okay, let me erase and let's do a few more like that, because that's what the crux of the polynomial parabolas and all of the quadratics that we're going to be doing is based on, is the distributive property of multiplying two polynomials together. Okay, so let's just do a couple more like that. Let's do 3x plus 1 times 2x minus 2. Don't forget, and if you need to, write those understood ones in there so you don't forget them. That's fine. 3x times 2x is 6x squared. Then 3x times negative 2 is negative 6x. Remember, everything from the first parentheses gets distributed to the second parentheses. 1 times 2x is 2x. 1 times negative 2 is negative 2. And don't forget that you need to combine any like terms that you have. Sometimes you won't have like terms, but you've always got to check. So 6x squared minus 4x minus 2. Okay, you can even take a binomial and multiply it by a trinomial. Okay, so you'll do it the same way. If you need the understood ones, go ahead and put those. Okay, so 2x times 2x squared is 2, nope, sorry, you have to actually multiply, is 4x cubed. Remember you add the exponents. Then 2x times 3x is 6x squared. 2x times 2 is 4x. Now we've got to go back and distribute the 5. 5 times 2x squared is 10x squared. About to run out of room. 5 times 3x is 15x. And 5 times 2 is 10. Now, when I combine like terms, I just work my way left to right. So 4x cubed, there's nothing to combine it with. But I have 6x squared and 10x squared, which when I put those together is 16x squared. Remember that when you combine like terms, you don't change the exponents. When you add variables, you don't change the exponents. 2x squareds and 2 more x squareds is 4x squareds. So you don't change the exponents when you're adding or subtracting. 4x and 15x is 19x plus 10. And there's your answer. Okay, so I'm going to give you some problems to practice on. And then if you have any questions, feel free to ask me during some free time in class or between classes or lunchtime, before school, anything like that. Okay, here's some practice problems. And then I want you to look at what you get with this one. And this one. Okay, talk to y'all later.